Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I am Coach Sherry. Welcome to my channel. I'm in a vehicle. So this is Car Chat and all that. Thanks for tuning in. So I believe 2024 is definitely going to bring you more. I know that sounds corny, but I believe it wholeheartedly. But as things come to you, as new opportunities come your way and new people come into your life, do not be so hasty to receive it, to accept it. Everything that comes to you is not always for you. It's not always for you for the right now. And sometimes when things are suggested to you or put to your table, put in front of you, the take into consideration who the messenger is, because a lot of times when people are introducing you to new things or providing you with newer opportunities, quote unquote better opportunities, it's to benefit them. And sometimes when people are trying to talk you out of doing a particular thing, it's again to benefit them. So be very mindful as you go into your day-to-day, as new things come across your plate, across your desk, and determine, is this for you and is this the right time? Don't just jump at every new thing that sounds so great. Do your due diligence. So many people, I'm just amazed at how many people do not do due diligence, especially when they're going into business and even when they're changing careers. The wheel has been invented, so find out who is already doing it. Set up an appointment to meet with them, either in person, virtually, over the phone, whatever the case may be. And you'll be surprised, people that are already doing it, especially if they're not right there in your circle, a lot of times they are so open to share with you how, the what's, the whys, the highs, the lows, the good, the bad, the pros, the cons with you. So make sure you have your questions. Don't just go to them and request a meeting and then get there and just be like, hi, how are you? What do you like about what you do? No, have set questions about what it is that they do. How did they start it? What do you need to do to even increase your skills so you can even be better? Especially when you're going into business and are getting ready to invest money, you want to go to those businesses that are already being done. And if you think your business is going to be so cutting edge, and I get it, you had this great idea, it's going to change the game, absolutely. But there is something similar, and maybe you're just improving upon that. So find the people that are doing that thing that is similar and ask them, what are some of the pros and cons? Who are some of their vendors? What have been some of their challenges, their successes? Who's on their team? What type of team do you need to develop? Make sure you do your due diligence. I've seen so many businesses pour not just thousands, but millions of dollars into things, and they do not do their due diligence. They take the word of the company that is proposing it to them. It could be a franchise, it could be a platform, a new system or whatever, and they just take their word. No, I want to know who is already using this, who is already doing this, and not just who, but I need to speak with them. Put me in contact with them. And if they won't, then you can just reach out. Every company, every organization, every business, they have a gatekeeper to all the information. And I would say start with their HR, start with their admin, start with their front desk and say, who is the person that's over this? And then get that person's name, contact information, reach out to them. Don't just reach out to them via email. So many people email and they just sit back and wait. And I'm like, did you hear back? No, I didn't. They didn't respond. Well, how did you communicate? Oh, I sent the email the other day. Don't just send an email. Let me tell you, especially if you are truly booked and busy, you know how many emails you get per day. So imagine getting an email from an unknown email address, someone that you've never heard of before. And you're like, okay. I mean, listen, I'll take time to read through it, but that's not going to be a top priority. So the response is not going to necessarily be right away. However, if you also have a phone number, call too. In a couple of days, if you haven't heard back via email, give them a call and you will be surprised at how they answer. I found myself answering my phone more during the day than anything, and I might only have 2 or 3 minutes, literally, or 5 minutes at the most, but I'll answer just to see, like, who's this? What number is this? And people are always shocked, like, oh, hi, and they take so long. And I'm like, listen, I have 3 minutes. And, either from that conversation, I can determine if I want to continue. And then at that point, maybe say, send me an email with a calendar invite or something like that. Or I could also make the decision, this is not for me. No, thank you. Or I might even be able to direct them to someone who could be more of assistance to them or in need of whatever they're offering. So definitely call. There is nothing wrong with the phone. So many people have gotten out of picking up the phone and dialing those numbers and calling. So if you don't get that response, call, but do your due diligence. Don't make a move until you have spoken with, researched at least 2 to 3 other people, places that are doing what you want to do. And again, if it's a new opportunity, say for your career, talk to people that are doing that career. Speak to people outside of your business, outside of your organization, that have a different bird's eye view of what you're trying to do or where you're trying to go. I'm so amazed at how, I don't want to call it selfish, but low-key selfish people are when they communicate with people for selfish reasons, telling them to go for this or not to go for that. And it's really to serve them and not that other person. Don't be that. If you are the one that's making recommendations, don't just look at it from how it's going to impact you, benefit you, but look at it how it's absolutely going to impact and benefit that other person. And that's how you can be trusted. That's working in integrity, and that's being authentic and letting them know, listen, you could tell them, I'm being transparent. I'm finding myself using transparent a lot in 2024, but say, look, I'm being transparent. I would love for you to stay here. I would love for you to continue what you're doing for this team, but that will be a great opportunity down the road because X, Y, and Z. And then from there, they can make their decision. Do they want to stay with what they know, and continue to get groomed, or do they want to, continue to propel to the unknown, to the unsure? But that's just it. Just do your due diligence, be authentic, and build that trust, not just with you, but with yourself, but with everyone around you. All right, I hope you got a nugget from that. That's all I have to say. How are you doing your due diligence? Leave a comment down below. And if you watched this video till the end, please put a red heart in the comment. I would love to see some red hearts today. I should say put some sunshine, since weather is challenging. I know here it's cold and raining, and in other parts of the country it's snowing. So wherever you are, stay warm, dry, and safe. Thanks for tuning in. I am Coach Sherry.